Kirsty TV is about the power of sharing stories that heal ourselves and heal others. My guests share their most intimate stories and lessons learned along the way.
A lot of people here on Kirsty TV talk about wanting to change something in their life, whether it's physical or mental health, maybe it's an addiction issue, maybe it's weight loss. It's a very popular topic. When it comes to change, we're not always sure what's getting in our way. And from some brilliant psychological research, we found that there are some predictable roadblocks, almost like a stage model, that stop us if we're trying to change something in our lives. Now this stage model, I'm going to describe it to you. There are 5 key roadblocks and 5 key strategies that you can use to bust through to get the change you want in your life. Now the 5 roadblocks are this. So the first one almost doesn't even sound like a roadblock. It's like you're not even thinking about change. But if you're not thinking about change, it's not going to happen. The second one is you're thinking about it, but you're not bought in. The third one is you're bought in, but you're not really sure what to do. The fourth one is you've learned some skills and knowledge, you think you know what to do, but you haven't created the opportunity to practice and really get busy with them. And the fifth one is even though you've had some practice and you're creating some change in your life, you don't have a system that really supports that ongoing long-term change. So what do you need to do to get through these roadblocks? Well, the first one is if you're not even thinking about it, well, I think someone else has got to have a conversation with you to educate you, to provide some awareness. We need awareness to get through. And this works if you're helping someone else change as well. But you create awareness, you educate, you get people thinking about the reasons why they might want to change. And then you move into, well, you're thinking about it, but you're not bought in. You got to get inspired. Look for those examples, those people that you look up to. You got to connect to why will this work for me? What's possible? You got to get into that possibility mindset. So look for inspiration. The next thing is, well, you're inspired, you're bought in, you're not really sure what to do. You got to get some skills and knowledge. Reach out, find out who it is. Who's the weight loss guru? Who's the best fitness coach? Who's the greatest psychotherapist who can help you with whatever issue you're dealing with? Is you got to get some help to figure out what those skills and knowledge are. A mentor, a guide. The next one is, then you got to find the opportunity to practice. I don't know how many people go out there and they get some great skills and knowledge, and then 2 years later they wonder why they haven't changed. And they've got all these skills and knowledge, and they keep going out and doing more programs and more training and more learning, and they never practice. I know, coming from a sports background, that old cliche, practice makes perfect. Well, never mind perfect. It just takes practice and hard work to create change. This is the hard work part of the model. And then the last stage is, how do you sustain it? You need a system. Create a system of accountability. Find out something that's going to have you going on and on and on, whether that's a buddy system, whether you're going to sign up for a coaching program. You're going to get something that's going to help you putting that learning, those skills and knowledge into practice on a long-term basis. Now make sure you identify where you're at. If you're trying to put in a system, but part of your brain really isn't bought in, you're back in stage 2, what's predictable is you're not going to follow that system. Or if you haven't developed the skills and knowledge, and you're trying to practice kind of on a vague sense of I want to change something, you're going to get frustrated. Meet yourself where you're at, and if you're helping other people, meet them where they're at.
I would have my 3 balanced meals and then go home and eat huge amounts of food and keep it down. I wasn't a vomiter. So we're talking, Kirsty, literally a dozen donuts, a package of cookies, a gallon of ice cream, bowls and bowls of cereal.